This one's called Pray. I wrote it back in August of 2010. It's part one. I believe it comes in two parts. Pray, BBB meaning like Better Business Bureau. I forgot to pray to the God that you don't believe in. My appetite was way more important. I don't feel guilty, but I'm afraid that I will live to regret it. This whole priorities thing I find tedious, thankless, fruitless, and time-consuming. So I chewed on my intentions, and God gave me a headache as punishment, and I watched the news. A girl died, I got teary-eyed, and then I forgot how it all happened. God tortured with the truth, and then a commercial displayed how good fried chicken can be for you. My stomach growled, not in hunger, but indigestion. God punished me for not praying, but breakfast is a few hours away, and I wonder if I have learned my lesson. So what's your confession? I'm not really concerned, but aren't you proud of me for asking? Permission is not your department, so where's your elevator? I'm gonna have to talk to corporate. Your white collar has a stain that I'm certain you can't explain. The tie is not your color, and your moral superiority while it's getting in my way. But I'll just push a button as opposed to punching you. But I imagine you, busy with your corporate climb to the top of a ladder that will never be forgiven. You wouldn't have time for things like noticing my willpower and self-control as we rapidly rise past those you claim you control, past all those floors you lived on before. I hope that this ride doesn't prove to be insulting, but I imagine your accomplishments can do that for you. Allowing my hatred to subside for your inability to see the damage you cause to those stuck to the bottom of your feet. In a gesture of being proud of myself, I neglect to notice my self-control has caused sweaty palms. The urge for violence not worth the embarrassment, and the claustrophobic ascension not conducive for a lesson in pushing one's buttons prematurely. Where is your comfort found when the only thing of value you found is the kind that money can buy? There is nothing powerfully magical about materialism. So you can throw some money at your recent problem, that is me, and see how far you can throw. It won't hurt. And I should only break a little, but hearts are something better bought in stores. If emotions are free, I wonder why you can't afford. So I'm going to hold my breath and get in the elevator crowded by your swollen ego, push the button just below your floor. That will behave quietly, but insert in the place of silence will be a fuck you instead, accompanied by a prayer that you will never know what accompanied by a prayer that you will never know what I always have. Even in your greed, you starve for success and forget your prayers before meals. This is the part where my opinions are better kept to myself and inflict the kind of frustrations that makes me wonder of what are you thankful. And to conclusions, I'll claim keen observation of the way the gluttonous constantly consume. I spend more time thinking about the fact you lack reverence than the time it takes for you to resume. This is the floor, and I've secretly taken out this entire building on you. Perhaps I'm just thinking ahead for the ones signing the checks that a lifetime of chasing paper gets you. But I've read the manual. I know the protocol. The only thing you've been getting away with is just what they pay you to do. I can overlook that which exposes my weakness from the fear that I'd lack the courage to get off the elevator and face the opening of a mouth that for years had grinded teeth daily and denying dialogues that would have exposed you. This place is your life, and it's just my job. The suits on the top floor you will most likely hide behind will stay seated while you stand behind all your actions as if innocence is granted those who commit their crimes behind closed doors. This is where I get confused. For lack of logic, the policies that will protect and the consequence of authority misused in absence of a powerful conscience is precisely the danger you too long have lived, and I too long have feared. That's part one.